riding at night, and how it can be a little bit freaky. Yep, we're going to talk about it a little bit, and some of the things you might want to think about if you're a new rider, or even a seasoned rider, if you're out at night. Next on the Radio 690 ADV. KTM North Texas is your headquarters for everything KTM and your one-stop shop. Hey guys, Joe here, 690 ADV. Are you looking for a new KTM bike? Yeah, they got them. They got adventures, enduros, dirt, racing, street, parts and service. Yeah, they got it. KTM North Texas is one of the largest aftermarket parts suppliers and repair shops in the state of Texas. Yeah, Texas. They don't just service KTM. They service most every major brand out there. If you're needing a fix or just getting race ready, you needing some new gear? Yeah, KTM North Texas, they got it. From helmets to jackets, pants, boots, goggles, tires, rims, new plastics, and so much more. So if you want great deals and to be treated just like family, don't wait. Call 817-275-2228 or text 682-465-6637. Or you can just email Bert directly at bert@slmracing.com. Don't forget, tell him 690 ADV sent you. That way you get your discount. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Sorry you missed the Sunday podcast. It's very, 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 very busy weekend. I love coffee in the morning. Anyway, very busy weekend. Had to head to San Antonio. Had to go see my son play in his last competition since he's a senior in high school at the Alamo Dome. And very busy, very hectic, very crazy, very little sleep. I didn't get back until late Sunday, so did not get a chance to make the podcast. I do apologize. Anyway, nighttime riding, new riders, seasoned riders. It doesn't really matter how long you've been riding, and it just doesn't really matter. The reason I bring this up is I thought it was pretty good because I was coming back from San Antonio, and it was late at night, and coming through Austin, Texas, we were basically going through the middle of downtown, and it just kind of caught my eye. I just saw like a small blip, and it's about 5 lanes wide through Austin, Texas. If you haven't, it's not a small city, but it's not a huge city either. But anyway, it just happened to be a motorcycle, and I noticed that the headlight was really, really dim. Well, anyway, I knew what it was. I paid attention because I do ride motorcycles, and I'm sure everybody out there that rides motorcycles definitely looks out for other motorcyclists that are on the road. But, this is at night. This is, 11 p.m. And to the average person, and at that time, 11:30, midnight is just never a great time to be out on a motorcycle. That's just when people have been out drinking and doing stuff, especially in a city. And I get it that, sometimes you have to ride because you got to get to where you're going. That's your only means of transportation. I don't know how you feel about it, but to me, it's, as soon as the sun starts going down, I try to be somewhere. I don't know how you try to feel about that in what you do, but what I do is I just know at nighttime, anytime that I hear about issues, with motorcyclists, it's either really, really early when it's dark, or it's really late and, around midnight or whatever. That's when you hear about fatalities and stuff like that with motorcycles, because people are just not really paying attention, or they've been drinking or something along the lines of that. And I just, that really kind of struck something to me coming home, that I saw that bike, and the light was it was really dim. It was not a very good headlight, and it was on low beam. And well, anyway, long story short, he catches up to me. He's going at a pretty good rate of speed, because I was going 70 through the city, so he's probably doing at least, 75, maybe 80 miles an hour. And I get it. He's probably trying to get from point A to point B, but at the end of the day, very low headlight, definitely wasn't on high beam. I always do try to stress, definitely do high beam at night, or during the day. Motorcycles, people just don't pay attention to us, and it's not that they don't care. They just don't think anything of it. They don't ride motorcycles, so to them, it's not a big deal. but he caught up, he passed me, and as he was passing me, it was a Kawasaki Versus. It was a pretty bike. It was classic Kawasaki green. He passed me, but not only that, I mean, helmet was dark, body clothes were dark, wasn't really wearing much protective gear on the highway, and I get it, to each its own. I'm not an AT-GAT freak, but, and then all he has is the one tail light, to me is just, it was kind of an eye-opener, and made me want to make this podcast that, I know what I'm looking at, but a lot of people don't. And I just think that, it's not an if, it's a question of time before something could potentially happen to that gentleman or woman. It looked like a guy. If you're riding that late at night, I mean, you're just flirting with disaster. I don't know what you think about that. If you're listening and you can comment below to let people what you think and how you prepare for riding at night or even during the day. I just think night is the biggest thing that you really have to be beyond vigilant, and you have to be super, super smart about what you're doing. And the moral to this podcast is I really couldn't see that guy, and my wife definitely couldn't see him until he was right up on us. And, she knows because I ride, and we're a riding family, that it kind of opened her eyes a little bit too. But, if you can't be seen, it doesn't matter how great of a rider you are. If somebody just comes over in your lane and puts you into an embankment or things like that, you definitely just want to be seen as much as possible. And it just seems to me that, this was pretty poor in judgment and how he was riding, and I'm sure he's used to doing that. That's just, it is what it is. Some people feel invincible on motorcycles until it happens. But to new riders and even seasoned riders, I know a lot of people will sit there and say, I don't ride like that. Here's the deal. If you are not very visible, you're wearing dirt clothing, boots, jackets, even your motorcycle. You may like black motorcycles. I love black motorcycles. I think they look great. Put some reflectivity, on that. Either put a strip of reflective tape. It's cheap. You can pick it up at AutoZone or something like that and strip it on the back of your helmet or on your front fender or anything reflective. Try to make sure you strategically put a little bit of reflective something so that you can be seen. Don't forget, run your high beams as much as possible. If you don't, and upgrade your headlamp. If you have a factory headlamp, most of them are garbage. Spend a little money. It's your safety that's really at stake here and potentially your life. Be seen. Motorcycles only have one light. Their tail lights are very dim. Everybody wants to be slim and trim. I get it. You don't want a bunch of stuff on your bike, but at the end of the day, if you've got to ride at night, man, be smart about it. It just kind of opened my eyes when I saw that. There was no reflectivity on any of his gear, jackets. He had a backpack, nothing on there. And, I just fear that one day that I don't know who that gentleman was or woman was. It can turn out bad one day. And you hear about it all the time. Most accidents are guys hot rodding or riding at night or very, very, very early in the morning. Just remember, anything after probably, 10 o'clock at night, try to be somewhere unless you just have to, you just have to. And early in the morning, those are the times that you hear about it. And it's always at dark when you hear about the motorcycle crashes most of the time because people are either drinking or not paying attention. Anyway, that's what basically came to my mind. I just want to talk about it. I don't know what you think about it, but I just think visibility is a main key to riding motorcycles, and especially at night. Get some high vis tape or some type of reflectivity or something so that people can notice and see you, so that way you're safe and you can get to where you're going and you do the best that you can, because it's the other guy that you truly have to worry about. Anyway, I'm Joe, Radio 690 ADV. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. If it's on YouTube, hit that bell. Don't forget, that way you can hear about any updates or anything that's going on. And we're fixing to make some changes to the 690 ADV channel a little bit to try to make it a little bit better. We've been getting some information from subscribers and viewers and stuff like that. So we're going to try to make some changes and hopefully make it much better and enjoyable service for everybody. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Be safe. And if you have to ride at night, please get some reflectivity or something like that so you can see, or some high vis gear or something. I know sometimes people think it's not cool, but you know, at the end of the day, it's your life you're talking about. Be safe out there, ride, have a great time, find your adventure. 690 out.